World War II Memorial is a national memorial dedicated to Americans who served in the armed forces and as civilians that contributed to war efforts during World War II. Consisting of 56 pillars and a pair of small arcs surrounding a plaza reflective pool. It is located on the National Mall on the former site of the Rainbow Pool at the eastern end of the reflecting pool. A line between the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Memorial, it is situated in what is considered a sacred location. It is also due to this position that the monument has received much controversy, as many have stated that it breaks the connection between the nation's two most prominent symbols of democracy, which before had a clear view of each other. Others criticize it for taking up space at the National Mall, on which there have been many historic demonstrations, and that it should be used for public demonstrations instead.
Nevertheless, the National World War II Memorial presents a plethora of visual elements that provoke viewers to commemorate the sacrifices of the American people that participated in the war. The visual elements are mostly representational for these sacrifices and are present throughout the 7.4 acres of the memorial. Two arcs of stone pillars create a semicircular arrangement of elm trees that border the memorial's north and south. These 56 granite pillars celebrate the unprecedented unity of the nation during World War II. The pillars are connected by a bronze sculpted rope that symbolizes the bonding of the nation. Each state and territory from that period and D.C. are represented by a pillar adorned with oak and wheat bronze wreaths and inscribed with its name. The 17-foot pillars are open in the center for greater transparency, and ample space between each allows viewing into and across the memorial. They frame distant views effectively, and in their cupping gesture create a strong edge for the central plaza and its reflective pool. As you walk around the plaza, you're always aware of your place, and you're conscious of being in a place with its own set of meaning.
In the midst of these two arcs, two 43-foot pavilions serve as markers and entries on the north and south ends of the plaza. 4 bronze columns support 4 American eagles that hold a suspended victory laurel to memorialize the victory of the World War II generation. These 4 American eagles' wings spread, each hold in their beaks a ribbon that twists underneath a large laurel wreath. The ribbon supports a heavy wreath that is 6 feet in diameter, a symbol of victory that seems almost to float on air, creating a sense of levitation. Inlaid on the floor of the pavilions are World War II victory medals surrounded by the years 1941 to 1945, and the words victory on land, victory at sea, and victory in the air. These sculptural elements celebrate the victory won in the Atlantic and Pacific theaters.
Water also plays a central role. Small fountains encircle the bases of the 2 arch structures, and 2 waterfalls frame the wall of stars. Here, the sound adds to the visual effect. The cascading water creates a nervous, insistent drumbeat that prepares you for the tension of the wall, where the gold stars are remindful of those that were put in the windows of American homes from coast to coast, signifying a love, the one lost in the distant battle zone. Here we mark the price of freedom. It is a sentence that captures the power of all deaths and lives of those who fought and sacrificed, and makes use of pathos to evoke emotion from observers.
Some other quotations include those from Dwight Eisenhower and Franklin Roosevelt, renowned leaders whose faces represented the war. These inscriptions, splendidly designed and carved, evoke logos in the audience and create a respectful atmosphere. Other inscriptions are meant to be references much more familiar and personal to the troops during the war, such as Kilroy was here, a popular symbol that American soldiers marked on the battlefields that they stormed.
Continuing with the water theme, a large pool is put into the center of the plaza. This is the old Rainbow Pool, rebuilt and slightly reduced in size. Visit 2 vertical spray off to the side and its graceful oval of lesser sprout. This body of water contributes a vivacity to the scene. Yet its common sound forms a background for your thoughts. They cup the formal pool empathetically, reminding viewers of the vastness of the ocean over which the war was raged, and contemplate about water's incredible powers. Overall, the monument incorporates its element perfectly to encourage its viewers to pay respects and commemorate the bravery of American troops in the war and contemplate the sacrifices of those who fought.
I had just been born in 1944, so obviously I don't remember much about it, but I certainly had friends of my dad who were in the war, and it was probably the difference. World War II is the difference between domination of the world by Germany and the chance for countries to have freedom.
So there was controversy when they first built this monument. So there was a crazy between the Washington Monument and the Union Memorial, but the World War II Memorial kind of stepped in and out of the World War II. This is also ground for protesting and civil rights movement and demonstrations. And so after I told you about those controversies, did it change your view about the memorial?
Not at all. It's difficult for me to imagine there's any other place, really. I mean, this is among the other memorials to the different wars and the triumphs and the great presidents. So this seems like the perfect place for it, really.